Arkansas Classical Theater invites audiences to step inside the mind of Edgar Allan Poe, and we've got several folks here to give us all the details. Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out all morning.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been here all morning.
Yeah,
All
At least
morning.
2/3 of you have. We have an edition just for us on Good Day.
Yes. So can we start? We just go down the line, introduce yourselves, and tell us kind of the role that you've played during this production?
Well, I'm Justin Fletcher, and I am playing Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, you are Edgar Allan Poe.
Love it.
I'm Betsy Jilka. I'm a co-director of the show.
And I'm Stephen Marzoff. I'm the other co-director of the production.
You worked together.
We work
are.
together.
Nice, I love it. What do we need to know about this show? It's a little bit different because it's kind of an experiential piece, is that right?
Yeah. It takes place at the historic headquarters house, which is on Dixon Street, that commemorates the Battle of Fayetteville during the Civil War. So Arkansas Classical Theater, which is who we are, we partnered with them, and we're doing this immersive experiential piece where the audience will move from room to room of the historic headquarters house and see different scenes of Poe's, like the Telltale Heart, the Pit and the Pendulum, the Mask of the Red Death. Poe does the Bells, the Raven, Annabelle Lee. So it's kind of all of Poe's greatest hits.
Yes,
So
I
cool.
love that.
I love performances like these, but for folks who maybe have never experienced this before, can you maybe explain that concept and what inspired it?
Sure. So the piece was actually written by David Rice, who's out of Chicago, and it started with the First Folio Company, and it was in a Victorian mansion. So the audience would move through this huge house. And so when we found the script, we said, hey, we don't have a giant house, but we have this great house that was built in the 1800s. What can you do? And so he sort of rewrote it for us to be able to use the piece here.
Wow.
And so the audience should be prepared to, there's some sitting, but also some walking around and following the actors through different rooms, being split up at one point where half of them will watch the Pit and the Pendulum and half will watch the Telltale Heart. And then they all come back together. And each group of audience members, they get to see every single piece.
Oh, that's really cool.
Why do you think that this particular story or this format was chosen to feature so many of Poe's, writings? Why do you think it's a good format?
Well, I would say it's, he's so misunderstood in so many ways. I would say one of the things is first of all, the format itself is, I think it just gives people a different view of theater and a different experience of it. I always think of theater as this communal thing that we do together, and it's super intimate. I mean, the rooms, literally, we are this close, Jason, to when the scenes are happening. But Poe is also incredibly misunderstood, and people will learn something about this. So it's not only a cool experiential experience for everyone, but you're actually going to learn something too about him, that he wasn't just this creepy, macabre dude. I mean, there's other layers to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when and where is it happening? How can people get tickets to this? How does that work?
So it's happening October 16th through the 19th, the 23rd through the 26th, and the 30th and 31st. And we have various different times. You can find tickets on arkansasclassicaltheater.com, and tickets are $26.50. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. Look for Arkansas Classical Theater and follow us.
Yeah.
And you're going to perform a little bit for us right
Yes,
now, is that
yes.
right? As Edgar Allan Poe.
Indeed.
Did you grow the mustache just for this role?
I did.
Oh, that is commitment.
I love
tell
it.
you.
It is.
All right, well, we'll step aside and watch the
Thank
performance.
you, guys.
Great, thank you. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a moment stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though that crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.